program. Today we will be talking about simple questions, simple answers about the topic of getting directions. If you are going somewhere and you don't know how to get there, you need to ask questions. So for beginners, people who are learning English, this is very important, especially if you travel abroad, you go somewhere where the only language you can use is English. For example, if you go to England, the UK, or America, or Australia, everybody speaks English. You would have to use your English skills to ask for directions. So today we will look at some of the basic expressions, the words to use for getting directions and for giving someone directions. For example, here's a basic example. The first person would ask, "Excuse me, is there a bank near here?" Excuse me, is there a bank near here? And the answer would be, yes, there is a bank on the corner. Yes, there is a bank on the corner. So the first person would say, "Thank you." And the answer would be, "You're welcome." Right? Excuse me, is there a bank near here? Yes, there is a bank on the corner. Thank you. You're welcome. Very basic type of question and answer. You ask for direction to a bank and the person tells you it's around the corner, it's across the street. Very basic things that you can do already at this level. Here is another conversation about directions, slightly more complex. We have two persons, A and B. A is asking for directions, B is giving directions. So A, "Excuse me, is there a supermarket here?" Excuse me, is there a supermarket here? B, "Yes, there is one near here." A, "How do I get there? How do I get there?" So first you ask, is there a supermarket here? Yes, there is one near here. The next question is, how do I get there? B, "At the traffic lights, take the first left and go straight on." It's on the left, right? These are directions. At the traffic lights, take the first left and go straight on. It's on the left, right? Very easy. At the traffic light, take the first left and go straight on. It's on the left. That's where you will find a supermarket. So A is still confused. A still wants to know, is it far? Is it far? And B responds by saying, "Not really. It's not that far." A, "Thank you." B, "Don't mention it. Don't mention it." Instead of saying "You're welcome," you say "Don't mention it." It means the same thing. You're welcome. So we have specific vocabulary, a set of words that you use for asking directions. Usually you use the sentence, "Is there a near here?" Is there a bank near here? Is there a hospital near here? Is there a school near here? Is there a police station near here? And so this is a very common sentence to use for asking for directions. Is there? Notice the question form, you start with the verb and then the rest of the sentence. And you get answers. Usually the answers include sentences like on the corner, on the left, on the right, straight on, straight on, straight ahead. They mean the same thing. Straight ahead. Traffic lights, traffic lights. Is it far? Is it far? These are some of the most common expressions, vocabulary you would use or hear using when asking or giving directions. We're going to look at some of these questions a little bit more. Asking for and giving directions. For asking for directions, for example, how do I get to hospital, school, supermarket, police station? You put in there whatever you want. How do I get to the hospital? What's the best way to, right? What's the best way? Because you're in a hurry. You don't have time. You want to get there in 5-10 minutes. So you ask, what's the best way to get to the library, right? What's the best way to get to the conference hall, right? Or you simply ask, where is the library? Where is the library? And people will give you directions. For answers, if you are asked these questions and you have to answer them, there is, also a set of common vocabulary that you use. For example, go straight on until you come to a traffic light, for example, until you come to a roundabout, until you come to a big square building, right? So go straight on until you come to, and you add in there whatever landmark is there. Turn back. Go back, right? Go back. Turn left or turn right into Lincoln Street. Turn left into Jefferson Street. Turn right into Ibn Khaldun Street, right? Go along Boulevard X, or cross the street. You're giving directions. Cross the street. Take the first left, or take the first right, or take the second left, or the second road on the left. Take the second road on the left, or the second road on the right. It's on the left. You will find the supermarket. It's on the left. Straight on. Straight on. Opposite a bookstore. It's opposite a coffee shop. You will find it there. So you notice that we used some a set of vocabulary like near, next to, between. If it's between a coffee shop and a bookstore, you would find a library, or you would find a tennis court, or you would find whatever you're looking for. It's next to the bookstore. It's next to the coffee shop. At the end of the street, you find the bookstore. It's on the corner or at the corner. It's the same way. It's the same thing. On the corner, at the corner. Behind the bus station, you would find a bank, right? It's in front of. Just around the corner. Just around the corner. Traffic lights, crossroads, junction, traffic light or junction, signpost. There is a big signpost. Also, the type of language for asking question include, can you tell me where the bookstore is, the coffee shop is? Can you tell me? Do you know the way to the library? How to get to the nearest bank? How do I get to the nearest bus station? How do I get to the nearest post office, bus stop, toilet? How do I get to Covent Garden, if it's a specific place like Covent Garden in London? How do I get to Covent Garden? How do I get to Trafalgar Square? Trafalgar Square in London. How do I get to Bush House? It's another famous landmark in London. How do I get to Bush House? For giving directions also there is a set of words that are very common. Left, go left, turn left, it's on the left or on the right. Take the second turning on the left or on the right. Go right, turn right, it's on the right. Go ahead, ahead, straight, go ahead, or go straight ahead. So these are again very basic ways to ask for directions or to give directions. Of course, the closer the place is, the easier the directions will be. So if you're asked about, you're on campus and someone asks you where is the library, it would be easy, you know, because it's not too far away, it's not too complicated. So the best thing to do is to practice. Your English should be good enough already to start practicing and improving your skills to ask for directions and give directions. Good luck. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa ta'ala wa barakatuh.